Hello, it is Wednesday, March 29th, I believe. 28th, I think it is. March 28th, 2018, whatever the date is. It's Wisdom Wednesday. Steve Sipress here with the Rhino of the Day. Is this one rhino right here. That one rhino who is putting up the sign of one with his horn. He's saying, we're number one. And that's page 20 from the book, Our Wildlife World Rhinoceros. Now, a lot of activity going on behind me. My neighbor across the street, who is a business owner and is constantly working on, he repairs all kinds of recreational vehicles, and he's doing all kinds of stuff behind me. So that's kind of interesting in the background. Hey, Jim, as the sun sets. But it'd be rather quick today because a mentor of mine in business and a marketing expert himself, Mr. Dan Kennedy, has a saying, the worst number in business is one. And that was brought to my mind when I see all these troubles that Facebook is having and all these prospective changes they're going to make about allowing people to delete all kinds of reporting and tracking and shut off third parties tracking every move they make and what they do. I mean, Facebook has been just a cornucopia. I mean, just a lot of entrepreneurs and business owners able to practically just print money with Facebook advertising because of how amazingly targeted it can be because of all the imposition into people's private lives that Facebook has been doing since its inception and been doing it unchecked and unbridled and almost makes no apologies for it. Like, that's just what they're all about. So you don't just say, you know, I'm looking for people between this age and in this town. You can say, I want to target everyone who likes this particular book and this particular food. And then you can put an ad in front of them saying, hey, do you like this food? Or do you like this book and this food? Or, but I mean, the response, you get an overwhelming response. You're putting it right in front of people who say, my favorite food is X. And then you say, if you like this food, click here. Boom, and they're responding to your ad. And so, and of course, it gets a lot deeper and a lot more complex than that. But the point is, I know plenty of business people who have made a killing with Facebook advertising. To my knowledge, they still are. And that's the only source of marketing or advertising they have for their business. They're like, Facebook ads, I'm just, you know, making 20 grand a day off these Facebook ads. They're not doing anything else. Now, what happens if and when Facebook makes major changes and takes things away and changes things, and then suddenly what happens to their $20,000 a day lifestyle that they had, where they just basically just printing money, just press the button, run the ads, tweak them a little bit. Sure, they got to pay a little attention to tweak things here or there, but basically, if that's you, and it doesn't have to be Facebook, if you're depending on only one way, that's the last W in the WOW strategy, the way, or the ways, I always say, of getting your irresistible offer. That's the O in the WOW strategy, in front of your target chosen who. And that's the first W in the WOW strategy. And you ought to have more than one way of getting your irresistible offer, your entire message, in front of your prospects, your customers, your clients, your patients, your members, people you want to do business with, your chosen who. Because if you're going to depend on just one way, whether it's, you know, I'm all referral, some people say. What if there's some kind of trouble and one of your employees does something crazy and it hits all the papers? I had a client years ago who had a pharmacy, and then it hit well-respected, and everyone, you know, loved him in the community, and everybody went there and knew him and for years, and then it hit the news that one of his employees was dealing drugs from the pharmacy. She was somehow under-supplying, filling the orders. Like, if somebody was supposed to get 40 pills of something, she would give them 36 and then stock up on all the others and be selling them illicitly. And, you know, they were investigated, the FBI and whatever was all over the place, and like they got shut down, and the papers went crazy with like, you can't trust them and this and that, and who knows what's going on there. And I think she was also like, you know, cutting up the drugs, weakening them, and putting in all kinds of like fake stuff into the capsules so she could take the real stuff and deal it. And like, oh my goodness, so what happened to the, hey, we're all referral, or hey, we only do Facebook ads, or we only do email, or we only do whatever? That's the cautionary tale. That's what I see when I see suddenly this multi-billion-dollar juggernaut, Facebook, practically a monopoly in the space of social media. You know, I mean, of course, there's Twitter and YouTube and other stuff, but the conversational connection tone of Facebook, they're pretty much the only game in town doing that. And what happens if Facebook gets all split up and suddenly you can't advertise as easily or the way you want or to as many people or whatever, and that's the only thing you're doing? Boom. I mean, every time Google makes a change in their algorithm, I hear the same thing. All kinds of people I know in businesses that they're just loving life and they're living like a king and they think they're the greatest thing on earth because their website comes up #1 on Google, because of all the stuff they did behind the scenes, the SEO and whatever. And they're like, see, I don't have to do anything else. I'm raking in the cash because I'm #1 on Google, boom. And then Google changes their algorithm. I hate to laugh, but like, boom, suddenly they drop down to whatever page, if not just completely drop off of Google, and then every single cent of their revenue is completely gone. So, cautionary tale, always remember, the worst number in business is 1. You do not want to depend on only one way of getting your message, your irresistible offer, your marketing, your advertising, whatever you're doing. You don't want to depend on only one way of getting the word out about your business and bringing in revenue and profits. And that's it for Wisdom Wednesday for today. William is here. Brian, right. Great seeing you. Been a long time. Hope things are great. And anybody else that's here, I can't scroll all the way up through all of them. And anyone watching on the replay, I don't see any questions, comments, or concerns, but maybe I just don't see them. And but I will respond when I get off the video, as I always do, if you put a comment below. And that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Chris Bell is here. Good seeing you. And I hope you'll all join me tomorrow. I will find something out of the Wayback Machine archives of something I got, and I'll teach a business lesson usually. Sometimes it's something personal, but I'm an entrepreneur. And so like many of you, if you're watching this video, our business and our personal lives are completely intersected and intertwined. So almost anything that I bring out of the Wayback Machine, even if it's almost completely personal, it's going to have some kind of business aspect to it. Anyway, we'll see what that is when I just go looking for something and pull it out, and I'll share it with you tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Thanks for being here today. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. I mean, it's sunset here, so, you know, in Europe, it's day's already over. In, you know, Eastern Hemisphere, it's already Thursday, and even in a lot of the U.S., it's already dark and nighttime. So enjoy what you got less of the rest of the day, and I'll catch you tomorrow on Throwback Thursday. Thanks for being here today. Bye-bye.